Hello, I'm Kevin Kennedy of Beacon Exit Planning. We have created articles, videos, and presentations to help you, the owner, understand the challenge you will face in exit planning and succession. At the end of this video, you will find contact information if you would like to have a printout of this video, and also a link to our Amazon #1 bestseller, The Contractor's 60-Minute Exit Plan: How to Cash Out, Eliminate Taxes, and Retire Comfortably. Enjoy the video. 7 key risks in your exit. Contracting business owners intuitively understand and manage their everyday risk in a measurable manner. But most owners have never exited a business and are unaware of the odds that are stacked against them. Fewer than 20% of the companies brought to market actually sell, and fewer than 30% of family businesses will ever transfer to the second generation. Would it make sense to invest some time in your exit to reduce these odds, since 70% of your wealth is trapped inside your illiquid business? Beacon Exit Planning has identified 7 recurring pitfalls that can derail owners from successfully navigating their inevitable exit. Identifying and understanding these common problems, risks, and concerns of exiting a business can help business owners prepare for and manage their future exits. 1. Lack of planning. At any given time, 40% of U.S. businesses are facing the transfer of ownership issues. The primary cause for failure is lack of planning. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, most owners are just too busy running their business to take time to plan for their exit. They probably have completed a will, some estate planning, a buy-sell agreement, but not a clear, coordinated exit plan. Besides, it's an intimidating process, coordinating and understanding all the different information and contradictions coming from the different advisors. Procrastinating owners often wait too long, only to be forced to liquidate their business for pennies on the dollar, leaving an irresponsible legacy for their spouses, family, and community. 2. Outliving money in retirement. The #1 fear for affluent Americans over 55 is running out of money in retirement. According to results from the Bank of America latest Merrill Edge report, most business owners are considered affluent. Their business pays them generously, supports their lifestyle, travel, autos, entertainment. However, industry studies show that their largest segment of wealth, in our experience more than 70%, is trapped inside their illiquid business. Now, the owner's challenge is how to live independently from the business, cash out without being clobbered by taxes, retire, and not outlive their money. This is called exit planning. Developing a financial plan as part of the overall exit plan can help the owner ensure they will have sufficient income replacement after departing from the business. 3. Risk exposure in the buy-sell agreement. Early in Beacon's process when working with clients, there is review of personal and business documents. The buy-sell agreement is usually one of the first examined. In many cases, we have uncovered provisions and structures that could be devastating to the business owner, the company, and the family. These risks often expose millions of dollars in unnecessary tax liabilities or structures that don't support the owner's intentions. This exposure is unrecognized by existing advisors and must be confronted immediately before we can begin to draft the exit plan. Common risks include an underfunded or unfunded buyout of an owner's business interest, typically supported by life insurance or, the very least, clear, concise terms for a buyout over time. Improper valuation formulas and definitions that can create ambiguities and confusion when the need to implement arises. Understanding the standard of value is critical. Insurance policies that are improperly coordinating, creating potentially significant tax consequences. Who will be the beneficiary? The company or the remaining owners? Why? Buy-sell agreements that may not have been updated in years. The buy-sell agreement is a living, breathing document and should be reviewed periodically to determine if it still supports the changing business and owner's environment. 4. The odds of an external sale. As mentioned previously, fewer than 20% of companies brought to market actually sell, according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. This figure is closer to 10% in construction companies, according to FMI Corporation. To increase the odds of a successful external sale, in other words, a sale to a consolidator or competitor, an owner should not wait until a buyer approaches for one-to-one negotiations. Once the company is sale ready, the owner should plan to market the company to several competitive bidders, which may increase the odds of achieving the highest price and financial independence from the business. Find an experienced, proven merger and acquisition professional and get the company sale ready to receive the highest possible price. Solidify management retention is going to be a critical aspect for getting the highest price. In many cases, a buyer will want a seasoned management team that understands the relationship beyond the business owner and can be instrumental in continued profitability and cash flow. 5. The odds of an internal sale. Fewer than 30% of family businesses will transfer to the second generation. Of that 30%, only 10% will transfer to the third generation, according to Family Firm Institute. In simple terms, there is less than a 3% chance that your company will see a third generation at the reins. Most private business sales in the lower to mid-level markets, 5 million to 60 million, will be an internal sale, transferring via an employee stock ownership plan, a management buyout, or through gifting. Succession planning is key, as you must depend on the management to produce the profits that will buy your stock. You need to move your existing managers into a professional level, into leadership, and replace yourself. I recommend you have a formal process in place beginning 15 years before your retirement. The good news is, if the internal sale is structured properly, the after-tax results can be more favorable than an external sale. 6. Inefficient taxation. Each exit plan has a different tax implication that can range from 10% to more than 60%. Many factors come into play, such as entity structure, tax history, and characteristics, and the deal structure itself. An external sale, if not properly structured, could come with a tax yield of 60% or greater. The external sale might generate the highest sales price, but it could leave an owner with the fewest dollars. The bottom line for owners is, it is not how much you get, but how much you keep. An internal sale should have a smaller tax consequence for the owner. However, usually these deals are often improperly structured in a way that creates more of a tax burden for the seller and the buyer. Owners should investigate strategies that can be implemented to make the transaction much more tax efficient. 2, reduce the financial risk or taxes to the company, the buyer, and the sellers. Reducing the financial risk is critical as the company's cash flow or profit pays for everything in the internal exit. 7. Predators and creditors. Businesses are natural targets for lawsuits because of their perceived wealth and deep pockets. An owner can be blindsided and targeted by creditors or sued for events in which he or she did not even participate. Imagine working 20, 30, or even 40 years and losing everything in a lawsuit. A successful exit plan should protect what an owner has earned from litigation, so it is there when he or she eventually exits. Exit planning should utilize strategies such as asset insulation to structure a business, making it less attractive to litigation. Asset insulation positions assets and finances so that it is difficult for a creditor to reach them in the case of a judicial claim. This strategy helps reduce the chance of litigating and providing the owner with an added layer of protection against creditors and predators. Asset insulation, number 1, creates a barrier around the valuable assets by making them difficult to access by a claimant or creditor, thereby making them less attractive to litigation. 2, promote settlement due to the barrier and difficulty accessing the assets. And 3, integrates with estate planning and tax minimization objectives without gifting assets or losing control of those assets. The intent of this article is to educate you on the risk involved in the exit process and for you not to approach the largest financial event of your life in a casual manner. Remember, the largest cause of failure in the exit is lack of planning. Thank you for taking the time today to educate yourself with this video. After reading our book, feel free to contact me for a 20-minute free consultation or email me with any questions. Also, please join me on my LinkedIn page for other short articles and videos. Please enjoy.